This would be one of the best looking crocs I've ever seen. What are you, a little male or a little female? I'm backing a little female.
Now watch the way I've locked the camera off. It's sitting on my dinghy.
Steve was catching crocodiles long before I met him, just with the help of his little dog, Suey. And Suey's just a puppy, way back in the 80s. Sometimes Steve would live in the bush for months on end. No shoes, just living like a wild man. His techniques for crocodile capture have been innovative and always successful. But some of his methods, like this one, look a little bit dangerous. Steve, you've kind of got that crocodile between your legs. There you go. That's better.
I got dropped into Zambia on the Luangwa River to paddle downstream and look at the wildlife. However, I ran into some really angry hippos. In some countries of Africa, hippos are known to cause more human fatalities than any other species, even more so than Nile crocodiles. And by crikey, they get grumpy. They pushed me right out of the river. They've got huge, great tusks, and when they get angry, they charge straight at you. I was quite fearful and respectful of them, so I went around them. I left my canoe in the end.
The hippo is very territorial, but pushed in mass like this together, they become extremely agitated and aggressive. Anything that enters their territory is seen as a potential threat. As Steve's paddling through, just having a look at them, you never know when they're going to react. Typically, there's one dominant male, one bull, whose job it is to protect the territory and his cows. And there he is. He's eyeing Steve off right now, angling for a better position to make sure Steve's not going to infringe on his territory or his girls.
Wow! Do you see that? Now that one in front there, that's the biggest bull male. He'd be well over 20 years of age, and that's a subordinate male. And he's just making sure that that young bloke doesn't get in on his girl. Here we go.
The bull's changed focus and is starting to show aggression towards Steve.
Hey, I don't want anything to do with this, guys. Size counts. He wins. It's time for me to get out.
Catching crocodiles at Australia Zoo can be a whole new ballgame. They're wild-caught crocs and they're really ornery, but we've got to move them with our bare hands and sometimes a lasso. The idea is to get them going as quick as possible so that they don't suffer any stress and they can enjoy their new home.
Capturing crocs doesn't really matter whether it's a boy or a girl. And one of my favourite female crocodiles is Bindi. By crikey, she's a gnarly little Sheila. Imagine if that was a leg. We've got to try and catch her to move her in with Graham.
She's just got her teeth just slightly meshed together such that I can't get the loop over properly.
And she doesn't understand we're trying to help her.
I've missed it. No, I've missed it.
Oh, almost.
It's always difficult getting the lasso over those top teeth and top jaw.
looking good. She doesn't understand that we're trying to help her. She's fighting for her life. She thinks we mean to hurt her. So what I got to do is whammo, grab her around the head and use my entire body to pin her down. On goes the blindfold.
Okay, you tell me where you want me. You want me to let go of the rope?
Yeah. Now, pull straddle her at the back end there. I'm going to grab up
And get her feet off.
on the outside.
Okay, I'm just gonna get this other foot.
Just wait till I get this bag secured.
Once she feels the strength of myself and Terry on her, she settles down, she quietens, and we're able to work. Terry and I don't believe in using drugs and crocodiles. We'll put our bodies on the line before we'd ever do that.
She's one of the prettiest crocodiles. She comes from Babinda. That's why we called her Bindi, from Babinda.
Just 1 minute.
Okay.
Not under it.
Right.
Okay.
Up.
Up.
You can see with the blindfold, rather than use drugs, which run the risk of losing your crocodile, once you blindfold them, they become very, very quiet. Go over.
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
What do you want me to do?
just stay right there.
No problem.
Okay.
She's building up. She's putting her foot down. Now, you want to get her scooted up a little and then have me come over?
Yep.
Okay, rest her right there and I'll come over.
Right. Okay, Tear. Grab this bottom end. Is that other back foot? No, it's right. It's right. Okay. Over here, sweetheart. Over here.
Wait a minute.
Whoa, whoa.
Wait a minute.
That's okay. Go down.
I got her tail now. Okay, okay.
Okay. Down, let's go.
And the idea is for these two to get along because Graham is a male and Bindi is a female. So we're doing a little bit of matchmaking here.
It's physically demanding work. Terry and I live for our crocodiles. Always have and always will.
Okay, Terry. Here we go.
Their best interests are always at heart. And now,
In the water, sweetheart. Quick.
she gets to go into her new home with her new boyfriend, Graham.
Talk about out of the pot and into the fire. I avoided getting chomped by hippos only to find myself surrounded by the second largest crocodile in the world, the Nile crocodile. And they've been known to kill and eat people. I crept up on my belly right up to a hippopotamus that had died. And it was a smelly old carcass. The crocodiles were circling it. They came in, grabbed and started head rolling and thrashing around on it. I was so close, I could have reached out and touched them. Luckily enough, they were so captivated and enthusiastic about getting a feed, they didn't even know I was there. They were headbutting and thrashing around. Whew! I was scared. I was quite packed with adrenaline, but I got away with it. One of my jobs while we're filming is to keep the camera crew alive. Once the frenzy had died down and finished, then I had to get the camera crew across the very same water that the crocodiles were feeding in and back to the safe high bank. Have a look at this.
This hippopotamus died in the peak of the drive, and you can see the crocodile numbers starting to mount. The carcass starts to putrefy, and the smell goes up and down the river course, sending the crocs into a bit of a frenzy.